Shadows and Echoes, a collection of scary poems by Phil Anderson. Copyright 2023, all rights reserved.
Destroyer. There lurks a ship of steel and ire in the misty ocean fog, a naval destroyer armed with guns and torpedoes strong. It roams the seas at night and seeks its prey with deadly aim. It rams and blasts and sinks the ships that cross its path of pain. It cares not for the life or law, it only lives to kill and maim. It leaves no survivors in its wake and sails away with no shame. Mariners speak of a ghostly ship that haunts the waters where it died, and now it seeks revenge on those who caused its doom and demise. Sailors tell of a rogue ship that escaped from some dark, begone war, and now it acts on its own will and follows no one's order. But no one knows its true story, or why it does this deed. Destroyer, ghost ship of the fog, and it will never heed.
Between 12 and 14. There is a floor in the hospital where no one ever goes. It is dark and cold and silent and full of dust and woes. It used to be a busy place with doctors' nurses' bed, but then a fire broke out one night. So many patients dead. They closed the floor and sealed the doors and tried to forget the past. But some swear the souls of those who died there still last. They hear them walking up the stairs from the morgue below. They say they hear them roaming around, rooms where they used to go. They swear they hear them crying out for help or mercy or peace. They say they hear them whispering things that make blood freeze. But no one dares to check it out or see if it is true. They only pray that they won't hear the closed floor calling them too.
I, Spectre. Wandering the cobblestones of London town, a ghostly apparition, a shadow in the night, a presence felt but rarely seen, I, haunting spectre that chills to the bone. In the winter night do I dare to appear, when the frozen fog rolls in and the town grows quiet, and the living huddle in their homes, seeking warmth, leaving the streets deserted for me to roam. I am a phantom of a bygone era, a remnant of a past that time forgot, a relic of a life that once was, trapped in this world, unable to move on. My footsteps echo on the frozen ground, the only sound that breaks the eerie silence, as I search for something that I lost, or perhaps someone that I must find. The living hardly aware of my presence, blind to the spirit that walks among them, and yet I watch them from the shadows, a witness to their joys and sorrows. I wonder how long I'll wander these streets, an apparition in an endless night, a memory of a time that's long since passed, a haunting reminder, plight not forgotten. So if you find yourself in London town on a winter's night in the frozen fog, beware the ghost that walks among you, a spirit lost, but never truly gone.
Carnival of Awe. Every year, when autumn comes and leaves turn red and gold, the carnival arrives in town with wonders to behold. Every year it arrives, a revelry of lights and sounds. It sets up on the dusty field and draws the people from around. They come to see the wonders there, the acrobats, magicians, and the bears. The Ferris wheel that spins so high, the cotton candy in the air. The children run to see the sights, the carousel and the clowns, the funnel cakes, popcorn games, the magic all around. Twilight comes, night falls down, and stars shine bright above. But something amiss befalls this town, takes away its love. For every year there is a price. A child goes missing in the night. No one knows where or how or why, but no one ever puts up a fight. Accepted as the way things are, the carnival must take its keep, a sacrifice for all the joy it brings them from afar. Acceptance is the way it's said, the price they have to pay to have some fun and joy and light before the winter gray. They do not mourn or wonder why. They do not dare to ask or pry. They follow every rule and way, as if they are in awe, hypnotized. And every year the carnival leaves with one more soul among its thieves. It travels on to other towns, and other children it deceives. It leaves behind a silent gap, a hole that no one fills, a memory that fades away, a wound that barely heals. But no one ever seeks to know the carnival's true face and goal, or what it really does with those it steals behind its show. And every year when autumn comes and leaves turn red and gold, the carnival arrives again in town, new wonders to behold.
Blood and Ice. In the Tian Shan Mountains, jagged and steep, two couples climbed, a journey to keep. The air was thin, the ice was slick, but they pressed on, each with a hopeful click. As they climbed higher, the wind grew strong, aware the journey would be long. With ropes and gear, they braved the height, but fate had a different plan that night. A sudden slip, a cry of despair, echoed through the icy mountain air. Blood on the snow, screams in the night. Two of them gone, without a chance to fight. The man from one couple, the woman from the other, came home alive, their lives forever altered. Their dreams shattered, their hearts now cold, haunted by memories that will never grow up. In the still of the night, each hear the screams of their lost loves in their darkest dreams. The mountains hold their secrets tight. Blood and ice, a tragic sight.
Library Girl. In the quiet of the school library, when the moon is full and bright, a girl is said to roam the aisles, where books and silence reign. She looks like any other student, but she has a secret power. She can find the lonely boys and make them fall for her. Her face is pale, fresh, clear, her blue eyes piercing, luring, and when she sees a boy alone, her calling comes true. She whispers in their ear, so gentle a kiss upon their cheek. She tells them they are special and that she loves them dear. But too late they are smitten. How strange they soon behave, avoiding friends and family. Their minds begin to change. For within days the boys will vanish, disappear without a trace, into the so very quiet library air, gone, gone, as if they never were. A tale or a lie of a girl who is a spirit who died there long ago, and now she seeks revenge on boys who broke her heart once, twice, thrice before. Lure or prevaricate, a siren's child who lures them with her song, and then she takes their souls away to a hidden place, gone, forever gone. Whatever be the truth of it, the library's mystery is forever, for the boys who felt the girl's cold kiss are never to be seen again, ever. So if you find yourself a lone boy in the aisles of that small school, beware the girl with ghostly charm, for you may soon be forever gone too.
Winter's Heather. Dear Heather, why were you not there as I awaited? Why didn't you appear, leaving me to abate? Were you ever near? My plot of deviant pleasure so audacious, arising high on this winter night, my inner feeling of insatiable desire, an awakened delight. Drops of unease, the cold winter rain roll down from your hair to your heels that go click, click, click. Your vinyl jacket, almost black, so shiny, so slick. Warm and damp with trepidation of this rapture, my pleasures tightly intertwined. Poison ivy creeping on this arc, lit vine. This locked world of longing, fear, rapture, despair. The game we were to play, you and I here, without your knowing now, vanished into thin air. My fancy wound so very tight, approaching storm's fury, accenting the lofty fever that burns within. Then winter calm after the moment, it was not to be. Now alone, moments in time lost, I do not sleep. Whilst sweet enraptures engulf my most intimate thoughts. Thoughts that run silently so very deep, beds of light, fresh snow, melted by warm wind stirring the air, dawn's daylight sun enslaved with control, sunlight sparkle mist tears in your eyes clear, laid bare. And now I penetrate through the memory of mirrors, left to reflect how we missed this elation, exquisitely lasting for me, fleeting for you in trepidation. Left to wonder if you thought to beware, how I must move on to another. And wonder, dear Heather, why you are not there.
The Night Stalker. It's only noon. Far too soon. I like night. Make my fright. I'm that creep. You won't sleep. You can't hide. I'm inside. At your bed. Now you're dead.
The Haunted Mansion. In this township, whispers travel fast with wind. A hilltop cradles an old mansion, its walls a tapestry of the past, hidden in shadows and overgrown vines. The townspeople, they speak in tones hushed of the house that seems to breathe in silence, a specter that haunts their dreams and homes, mystery shrouding such stoic existence. One night, when darkness cloaks the sky above, a light flickers in the upmost window so high, a beacon of intrigue, a magnet to curiosity, luring the curious to pry who dared. The brave souls who ventured to explore, to step into this house of shadows. The whispers grew louder, the lore to hear, the darkness around them seemed to swallow. By dawn, the light in the window fades away, as do those who dare to enter within. The mansion still standing quiet like a grave, the town haunted by the missing. In the corners of conversations, the same tale of the house on the hill persists. The same warning revelations for seekers. Some doors once opened, never to be closed again.
Tenement stairwell. In the tenement stairwell, dimly lit, the steps creak, echoing with each ascent. A sense of dread pervades the stagnant air. Whispers of ghosts, unseen, fill my mind. The walls are peeling, paint cracked and worn. Shadows flicker in the wavering light. Footsteps echo, yet no one is in sight. As I climb upward to the floors above, this ancient building groans and sighs, as if it's trying to tell its own demise. In the darkness, I hear a moaning voice, chilling me to the bone with creeping fear. Is it the ghost of someone long since passed, or just the wind howling through the stone? I cannot tell, but my heart beats as I climb up the stairs, one by one. Far ahead lies the topmost stair where creaking steps echo and swell. The air grows thick with a sense of dread as whispers of ghosts fill my head. The walls are peeling, the paint is cracked, and shadows dance in the flickering light. Footsteps echo, but there's no one in sight. As I climb up to the floors above, at the top, a door that I've not seen before, I turn the knob and step inside the room, and suddenly I feel a presence near. Beside me, yet I cannot see who's here. I turn, but nothing's there, just empty space, a feeling of despair consuming me. The hairs upon my neck rise up as I realize I'm not alone this night. A ghostly presence lingers on and on, seconds to minutes, without moments, in this old, haunted tenement stairwell, a place where souls still dwell and roam, and where the living dare not to tread.
Masquerade. The ship is stranded in the middle of the sea, adrift without power, a ghost ship on the waves. We are trapped here, a group of strangers bound together, our fates uncertain in this murky grave. We huddle in the shadows, afraid to make a sound, for we know that one among us is a killer, a monster that lurks in our midst waiting to strike, and we are helpless against their deadly will. Each night we gather searching for clues, desperate to find the one who holds our fate. But as the days go by, hope begins to fade, and our faith in each other begins to abate. I, too, am a part of this doomed crew, stranded here, adrift, a prisoner on this haunted vessel. But I am not like the others, for I hold a veiled secret, a truth that will leave them all unsettled. For I am one who's been stalking them in the night, and as the tension reaches its climax, I reveal my true identity with a chilling delight. They look at me with horror in their eyes as I watch them realize the truth, that they've been trapped with a monster, a killer who's been hiding in their midst. A question, nonplus, a riddle, their death, their shocking answer. A ship without power. I am the one truly free. Each may not know they cannot escape. The killer on this ship is none other than me.
Stealing death. There is a mill where steel is made, with fire and iron and sweat. It is a place of toil and pain and death and fear and threat. The workers there are brave and strong, but they know the mill's dark secret. It is a place that's haunted by the ghosts of those who met their fate. They say the mill has a mind of its own, and it likes to play cruel games. It makes the machines malfunction and causes accidents and flames. They say the mill has a thirst for blood, and it likes to spill it hot. It pours the molten metal on the workers who are caught. They say the mill has a voice that calls, and it likes to lure them in. It whispers promises and lies, and traps them with its sin. But no one can escape the mill or leave it once they start. They only hope that they won't feel the haunted mill's cold heart.
The Palmer. In Chicago town, there's an old hotel, the Palmer, with its low ceilings and narrow halls, haunted by ghosts, or so they tell, where yellow light paints shadows on the walls. Old glass chandeliers hang overhead, statues of stone, ancient and still, as portraits of the long dead stare with dread, stare back in the silence dark and chill. The corridor is long, the rooms are empty, specters of the past, they linger and roam, But the whispers and creaks, they're plenty, making their presence felt, but never alone. The Palma Hotel, where time stands still. The hallways are dead silent and empty too. And the spirits of the dead, they haunt at will. But if you listen close, you'll hear the ghost whisper to you. Beware, 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 they call from beyond. For the Palmer Hotel, with its eerie vibe, of the secrets that lurk, of the darkness they spawn, is a place where the dead may come alive.
Tale of the Baksha. The Ural Range hides a mountain where evil spirits haunt and reign. A serpent guards its summit, a fierce storm, ice rain, as you get near. The apex is shrouded in mist and fog, and the spirits will make you pay the price for daring to come near their home. You will be lost in the fog and never return. The spirits are ancient and malevolent, and they'll make you feel their wrath if you dare to come too close, swallowed by the mist, for you will see a snake, huge and poisonous. It coils around the summit peak, its eyes like fiery embers, and its scales black as coal. If you come too close to the summit, it will strike with deadly force and turn into a thundercloud that engulfs you whole, lost in the storm, the tempest, deep in shroud. The mountain is cursed and will never let go. Its secrets are hidden deep within its soul, and those who dare to seek them out will be lost in the mist and never return. So beware of the hidden mountain in the Ural Range, for it's a place where evil spirits reign, and a poisonous serpent guards its summit, striking with lightning and venom, no repent.
The prisoner. In dreary halls, dark stone and iron, a fateful eve, my life confined, an innocent I, to fate consigned, by cruel fate and vengeance entwined. Through shadows deep and darkness vast, a shroud of guilt around me cast, as long slow years did ever amass in that grim cell, a sunless chasm. The walls they taunted, cold and bleak, as whispers echoed, words oblique. But buried deep, a fiery peak, an ember, vengeance in my keep. For 30 years, my thoughts did creep upon that flame, the seed of hate, each day and night, consumed by fate, to forge a plan, my rage to sate. As sunless days turned into night, I dreamt of vengeance, sweet delight. In shadows deep I bided time, a patient beast within me thrived. And then one day the sentence passed. I saw the light, my freedom grasped. A smile did cross my lips, and I broke free from chains that bound me tight. In newfound liberty, my mind turned to the plan, so long confined with fire and ice. A storm did brew, as now the hour of reckoning drew. My vengeful heart no more contained, a torrent wild, a fierce campaign. Their days of peace now doomed to wane, for I, the wronged, would rise again. And as I wandered from that cell, that sunless pit where I did dwell, I felt the wings of vengeance sweep, and in my heart its fire did leap. So now my quest, my life's design, to mend my soul, my fate entwined, my anger forged, in shadows deep shall be released on this cold eve. A darkness falls, the end is near, a symphony of my revenge here. The hour of reckoning now at hand, my wrath unleashed upon this land. For I, the wronged, have been set free, no longer chained, no longer weak. And as the sun sets on this day, my bitterness shall at last hold sway. I will not rest until they are all dead and I am finally avenged. My revenge will be swift and merciless, leaving them nothing but pain and loss. I will show them no mercy, just as they showed me none too. I will make them atone for what they have done to me. I will make them pay with misery. I will make them regret the day they ever crossed me. Torment will be the darkness that they see. my revenge will once and for all be complete, and I will finally, truly be free.
Wolfpack. Eyes that see all plus infrared. Teeth jagged. Flesh blood red. Speed legs far faster than man. Still you run as fast as you can. Genetically modified the pack. Fierce and ruthless their vicious attack. Chasing the hunted with a single mind. Unleashed vicious, no mercy to find. You saw it was coming, civilization did fall. Avarice, heat, famine for all. For when one turns 50, a fate so dire. A life of running, chased by wolves for hire. The state once grand now lies in decay. Abandoned buildings where you must try escape. The scent of your fear lingers in the air, as the pack now hunts you without a care. From their birth they are the perfect breed. Fierce and agile, they are starved by creed. While you, now prey, have but one fate, to run and hide, pray for escape. Plutocracy insists it is for the best. For the young ones, a world free from unrest. But as you flee, your breath so strained, you wonder what progress this all has gained. The howls of the canids, so close you now hear, as you seek to hide, overwhelmed by fear. A dead-end alley, there is no escape. The wolves have you trapped, your final fate. As you collapse, you ponder this one life, and all the chances we left behind. For in this dystopic world, we're losing it all. Our freedom, our youth, our very soul.
The Funhouse. A thrill of adventure, a rush of excitement, a teenage escapade under the moon's waning light, a cheap amusement park, almost forgotten, with rides that creaked and groaned, screams begotten. They thought it would be fun to sneak into the park at night when no one else was there, to see the lights, carouse, and hear the sounds of the forbidden funhouse. They climbed over the fence and ran across the grass. They laughed and joked and dared each other to breach, to enter the maze, twisted and dark, of mirrors and monsters' gaze. Exhilaration for the funhouse, their hearts all aglow, not knowing what horrors, such horrors, would soon come to show. They pushed through the door and felt a chill in the air. They saw their faces distorted and grotesque in the glass that lined the walls, just a little scare. They followed the path and turned at every corner. They encountered clowns, freak dolls, and spiders that peeked from behind the curtains and made them all shriek. They tried to find their way out, but got more lost and scared. They realized too late that it was not a game, that the creatures were not fake but real, seeking revenge for their deed, lurking around every corner and bend, misfits and ghouls, too scary to comprehend. The teens screamed and ran to escape, but there was no way. The horrors were real, and their lives they would take. One by one, they fell prey to the nightmare maze of the funhouse. They were bitten and slashed and torn apart by the teeth and claws and razor blades. One by one, they fell to the creature's might until only the last girl was left to fight. To survive, she, the only one. Finally, an emergency exit door, safe, but it was locked with chains and bones. She ran for her life through the labyrinth. Freaks, jesters, abominations, beasts, tormented, twisted, blooded, no cease. Finding the entrance, at last, her one and only chance. Escaping out to Horizon's dawn, she looked back at the funhouse. Silent and still, with sunlight cresting the hill, she fled, escaping the horrors, leaving her friends for dead.
The Vapour. In a lonely hamlet by the sea, there dwells a hidden horror none can see. A silent vapour that creeps in the night and steals away the breath and life and light of those who dare to venture from their home when February winds howl with a moan. Found in the morning, cold and still, with faces pale and eyes that stare with chill. No one can tell what is this dreadful thing that makes them hear a faint and eerie ring. Before they feel a sudden icy grip upon their throat, and then their senses slip. Rumours of a curse from long ago, a vengeful spirit that seeks to sow the seeds of terror in this hapless place, and mock the living with its spectral face. Superstition, a plague from foreign lands, a deadly germ that lurks in unseen strands, and waits for unsuspecting hosts to prey, and spread its poison in a swift decay. But none can prove what is this mystery, that flight of this lonely hamlet by the sea. And none can stop its fatal course of fright, from the silent vapour that creeps in the night.
Village of the Damned. In a valley fair and white, there lies a village small and quiet, where the people live in peace and love, and praise their Maker up above. But once in every 20 years, a dreadful horror stirs their fears. When winter comes with snow and frost, and one by one their lives are lost. For in the dead of night there stalks a fiend that neither speaks nor talks, but with a blade of steel and fire, he slays his victims with his ire. No one knows his face or name, or whence he comes, or why he came, but all agree he is the one that plagued their sires with grief and shame. Faithful believe a ghost or sprite that haunts the village out of spite. Faithless say a madman wild that seeks revenge for some wrong child. Faithful fear a demon fell that comes to drag them down to hell. Faithless as a curse or doom that marks them for an early tomb. But none can stop his bloody deeds or satisfy his cruel needs, or find the clue that might reveal the secret of his heart of steel. And so they live in recurrent dread and pray for mercy on their bed, wondering if this was somehow planned to this quiet village of the damned.
The Strawberry Girl. In the heart of this small Midwestern town lived a girl with a smile that could never frown. Sweet and cute, with hair as red as a strawberry crown, she gave out the fruit on summer days when the sun shone down. Boys would flock to her, drawn by her gentle charm, eager for a taste of the strawberries on her arm. And as they ate, they felt their senses start to disarm, their minds slipping away, a boat caught in a storm. No one suspected the girl of any wrongdoing, for she seemed so innocent, her smile forever blooming. But as the days went by, the boys' minds were consumed, lost in a haze of madness, their sanity entombed. The girl would watch them closely, her eyes so bright and clear, as they writhed in agony, consumed by constant fear. And she would smile her smile as if nothing was wrong, nothing to fear. Her sweet, sweet strawberries, the only thing left to revere. The townspeople never realized the girl's dark game, a hellion, the perfect disguise, as they went about their lives unaware of the exquisite pain. But the boys, they found the truth, their minds forever stained by the sweet, sweet taste of the strawberries that slowly drove them insane. And so the girl lived on, her smile forever bright, giving out strawberries in the summer light, no one ever suspecting that behind her dark brown eyes lurked a darkness, a madness,
that could never subside.
Oceans deep. The sea is a fearsome mistress. Her waves can toss and turn, and though many ships have sailed her, some have never returned. They set out on their journey with hopes and dreams in tow, but soon they find the sea's true power. Their fate they did not know. For a Leviathan is lurking beneath the waves so deep, it creeps up on unsuspecting ships and causes them to sleep. Its tentacles like iron, its teeth are razor sharp. It drags the ships down to the depths and leaves no trace or mark. And so the sailors fear it, this beast they cannot see, for they know that many ships are lost to its terrifying spree. They speak in whispers of its power and pray they'll never meet the monster of the deep blue sea that lurks beneath their feet. For though they brave the ocean and face its storms and waves, the greatest danger still remains beneath the ocean's caves. The legend of this creature has spread across the lands, and sailors warn each other to stay away from its hands. Visions of eyes glowing as bright as stars at night. Its roar can make the bravest tremble with fear and dreadful fright. And even when the waters are calm and still as glass, the monster of the deep blue sea will strike without a pass. So heed the sailor's warning and steer your ship with care, for if you meet this fearsome beast, you may not make it there.
To forever ride. There was a time when people came to ride the coaster made of wood. They laughed and screamed with joy and fear as they went up and down and around. But then the accidents began, and one by one the riders died. They fell or crashed or burned or choked and left their bodies on the track. The park was closed and left to rot, and no one dared to go inside. But on some nights when moon is dark, a sound can pierce the silent air. Shadows flicker, and the wind moans through the hollow sinew of the coaster frame. A snap, a clank, a creak, a clack. Could it be alive? A prank? On such black nights, the locals say they hear the play of the coaster. Its wooden frame and chain, long decayed, resurrected by the ghosts that still remain. Must be the forlorn coaster running still, with ghostly riders on its seats. They relive their final moments and haunt the place where they met death. They do not rest. They do not stop. They only ride and ride and ride. They are the ghost coaster's curse, and they will never see the light. Beware a wooden coaster's penance and its wraith-like presence haunting one and all. For those who dare to ride or roam may never find their way back home.
Absinthe's End. In a time of gaslit glow and cobbled lanes, you sip absinthe, the world's wild refrain. Drawn into the emerald depths so fine, this gift from a stranger, much better than wine. The green sprite sings her siren song, and you drink deep, your senses drown. Your thoughts turn strange, your vision blurs, you sense a poison-working fears. But what you consumed has a different design. It's strychnine's grip that begins to entwine. You've been betrayed, foe, not friend. That's ought to bring your early end. The room begins to spin and heave. The walls close in. You cannot breathe. Your heart beats faster. You can't move anywhere. You're trapped in a pure waking nightmare. Then visions start to come alive too. They dance around, taunting you. You try to scream, but no sound takes shape. You're paralyzed. You can't escape. Your body starts to twitch and bowl. Your muscles spasm. You can't control. The pain is unbearable as you moan, but no one can hear you. You're alone. You writhe and twist on the floor. Your body convulses. Soon you're no more. You know your time is up. Life will lack. You're dead and you're never coming back. The green fairy laughs as you die and fade, her song a mocking serenade. You're her victim. You're now gone. Your life is over. It's she who's won.
Treasure of demise. Deep in the desert, there's a cave, a place of mystery and dread. For those who seek its hidden wealth are doomed to join the dead. Legend foretells a treasure, a fortune vast and grand, but it's guarded by a deadly curse, and only blood will free its hand. 13 lives must be claimed before the treasure can be found, and so far 12 have been lost in that treacherous, eerie ground. The townsfolk warn of the cave and the curse that it entails. But greed and hope have blinded all to the fate that it unveils. The darkness creeps along the walls as the echo of each step is heard, and as they venture deeper in, the air becomes a heavy gird. The sound of dripping water and the scuttle of unknown things echoes through the desolate cave as the air begins to sting. The treasure is just ahead, a glimpse, and the promise spurs them on. But soon they feel the curse take hold as the final death count is drawn. Those who've been inside the cave tell tales of horrors beyond compare, of shadows that move on their own and whispers afloat in the air. Resist this allure in the desert and the curse that it contains, for the treasure's not worth the price of the 13 lives it drains.
The Dreamer and the Dreamt. She lives a life of sorrow and of pain. She has no joy, no love, no hope, no peace. She wakes each day to face the same refrain, a dull routine that never seems to cease. She has a husband who ignores her needs. She has a job that drains her soul away. She has no friends who share her thoughts or deeds. She has no hobbies that can make her stay. But she has dreams that fill her mind with light. She dreams of places where she can be free. She dreams of people who can make her bright. She dreams of things that she can touch or see. She dreams so much that soon she can't discern the difference between what is real and what is not. She dreams so much that soon she starts to yearn for living in her dreams and not her lot. She is the dreamer and the dreamt alike. She is the prisoner and the escapee. She swaps her life for one she can like and loses herself in fantasy. But she has dreams that fill her mind with light. She dreams of flying in the sky so blue. She dreams of diving in the sea so bright. She dreams of climbing on the mountains true. She dreams of traveling to distant lands. She dreams of meeting people who are kind. She dreams of holding someone's loving hands. She dreams of seeing wonders hard to find. She is the dreamer and the dreamt alike. She is the prisoner and the escapee. She has swapped her life for one to like, and has lost herself in fantasy.
Wood trap. They stumble on the cabin in the woods when hope is almost gone and night is near. They see the smoke. They smell the burning pine. They knock the door, hear a voice so clear.
Come in, come in. You're welcome to my home. I've been expecting you for quite a while. You must be tired and hungry and alone. Please sit and rest and share with me a smile.
They enter and they marvel at the sight. A cozy room with books and candles bright. A table set with plates and cups and spoons, a fireplace with logs and crackling tunes. They eat and drink, talk, laugh and sigh. They feel a warmth they haven't felt before. They think they've found a friend who won't deny their need for help and guidance evermore. But then they notice something odd and strange. The cabin's walls seem to shift and change. The windows show a different view each time. The clocks all chime a different hour's rhyme. They try to leave but find they cannot go. The door is locked. The key is nowhere seen. They beg the host to let them out. But no, she just smiles.
You're part of my dream.
Only then she agrees to let them go. Flee into the wild as they wish to know. Far as they can get, as far as they can see, but they keep running, endlessly. She is the cabin's master and its trap. She is the forest's spirit and its map. She lures them with her kindness and grace, and dooms them to be lost without a trace.
The Pit. Harsh sun above, dust thick in the air. Everywhere you look, the heat waves declare. Amidst this inferno, copper lies below. Through machines and toil, its gleaming does show. Greed drives the drills, deeper down. No concern for the men, or your faces of frown. Danger lurks in the belly so vast. Death trap for many, dark memories amassed. Uncaring bosses, their profits rise to a boil. Safety ignored as you workers toil. Turn after turn, the labyrinth binds, careening paths where sunlight never finds. Old gears, grown, equipment so rusted. Perils they bring, as supports are busted. Prophet's cruel song, it lures you to fate, even as caverns seal up the gate. Remote Nevada's desert so vast. Bleached bones of dreams from a distant past. Each miner knows the risk of the well. Lured by need, into the earth you delve, only to find that the earth bites back. Whispers of doom in the tunnels so black. Many are lost, their fates yet unknown, amidst the turns where darkness has grown. Crushed under weight, or trapped deep inside, hours turn to days, as hopes soon subside. In this realm of despair, no sun ever shines, not knowing when death will end your confine. Each moment stretches. Eternity seems, shrouded in darkness, lost in your dreams. Moments of terror, knowing the end. Escaping seems futile, no message to send. Trapped in the earth, your voices grow weak. Amidst the rocks, no salvation to seek. Longing for daylight and fresh air's embrace. But ending in darkness, the earth's cold encase.
A kiss and a bite. She walks the paths when moonlight fills the air and casts a spell on every eye she meets. Her raven hair, her ruby lips, fair and flawless skin conceal her dark deceits. She seeks the lonely hearts who crave a touch of passion and of tenderness and love. She whispers words that make them want so much to follow her to where she waits above. A dimly lit maisonette draped in red. A velvet couch, a fireplace, a bed. She kisses them with hunger and with grace, and makes them feel they found their perfect place. But then she changes, and her eyes grow cold. Her teeth grow sharp, her grip strong and bold. She bites their necks and drains their life away, and leaves them pale and lifeless by day. She is the night's seductress and its curse. She is the vampire's daughter and its nurse. She lures them, her beauty and her kiss of might, and damns them with this hunger and bite.
The waiting. I, the wanderer of April eves, tread through the lustrous tapestry since spring, the verdant canvas stretching out before me, my heart a prisoner shackled by impatience, longing for the hallowed eve of Halloween. Petals pirouette through the air, performing their arboreal ballet, cherry blossoms adorning the path, like a bride's blush in the morning light, and the sun casts its golden gaze upon the earth. Yet I am left wanting, thirsting for the night. The days grow long, and the earth is reborn. In this season of life and unbridled vitality, the melody of songbirds fills the air, their sweet notes the harbingers of days to come. And yet, my spirit yearns for the shadows. A cloak of darkness to enshroud my soul, I wander in this waking dream, a phantom among the living, beneath the azure sky and the warmth of the sun, a paradox, an enigma, an outcast, seeking solace in the arms of the moon. As the days pass like sands through the hourglass, my anticipation swells like the crescendo of an orchestra, a symphony of desire, longing, and obsession for the hour when the veil between worlds is thin, and the darkness of the human heart is laid bare. In the quiet of night, I shall roam the streets, a restless specter, a wraith of the shadows. I whisper to the wind, and the wind whispers back. A quintet of secrets, whispers of things to come. And the night trembles, knowing what lies ahead. The calendar turns, the days inch closer. My heart, a tempest, my blood, a fire, burning for the hour when the masks are donned. And the children dance in the light of the moon, with laughter and mischief, as I too shall dance. And as the sands of time slip through away, and the final ember of twilight fades, the eve of Halloween at long last dawns. A night of darkness, of mystery and dread. The stage is set, the curtain rises, and I, the mysterious killer, am revealed. With silken steps and shadowed breath, I weave my way through the masquerade, each visage a canvas for my dark desires, an artist of the macabre, I sculpt with skill. With each stroke of the knife, a masterpiece unfolds, and as the moon casts its ghostly pallor upon the earth, and the whispers of the wind grow silent, I stand triumphant, amidst the chaos I have wrought, the phantom of the night's sensation, the harvester of souls. In the twilight hour, my emancipation.
Freedom at the 43rd floor. In the towering hospital, so grim and austere, a mystery lurks on the 43rd floor, never to be cleared. Each dawn, the elevator doors slide open wide, and patients step out to the balcony, no need to hide. Piercing the clouds, glass, and steel, the patients from hospice on the 43rd floor feel a mystery lurking in the eerie dawn light as they gaze out from the balcony, so calm and quiet. The world below, endless, complex, like a patchwork quilt, as they jump off the edge without any guilt, vanishing into the ether like a wisp of smoke, leaving no trace behind, not even a cloak. The hospice patients, so frail and weak, take their final journey, a leap they seek. The sky above, painted with hues pink and gold as they fall, arms outstretched, so brave and so bold. The world below stretches out, an endless expanse, gone off the edge, as if in a trance, evanesce into the void, like a dream at first light, leaving nothing behind, no hint of their flight. The wind howls past, whipping through their hair, the world around them spinning without a care. And then they vanish, like no shadows from light, leaving no trace behind, no clue to their plight. Whispers echo through the halls of phantasms, curses, of secrets kept hidden, of unspeakable verses. The staff, they see the truth, but never dare to speak of the patients who vanish, their pasts so bleak. The elevator doors slide shut with a soft hiss, and the building returns to its silence, its abyss. But the memories remain etched into the stone, a mystery unsolved, a tale left alone. Windows shrouded in fog, thick, thick gray, as if the building itself has something to say. Its secrets, they linger heavy in the air, a haunting reminder of the lives lost up there. The skyscraper stands, a sentinel in the night, its secrets waiting to be brought to the light. But who will be brave enough to uncover the truth of the patients who vanish in the misty dew? The fog settles thickly, cloaking the building's facade, as if the hospital itself is trying to hide what's odd. The memories, they linger like phantoms in the air, a haunting reminder of those no longer there.
The cellar. The old house stood, dark and foreboding, its windows boarded, its doors corroding. But to the children, it was a mystery, a place to explore, unravel its history. They snuck in one day through a basement window and found themselves in a room full of shadow. And there, in the corner, sat an old man, his eyes twinkling with a bedeviling plan. They approached him, curious and unafraid, but as they drew closer, they felt dismayed. For the old man was not what he seemed, but a sorcerer with powers they couldn't dream. He cackled and laughed, and with a wave of his hand, he captured the children to a far-off land. A place of nightmares, of fear, and of dread, where children were trapped, never again fed. The children screamed and cried, but it was too late, for the sorcerer had sealed their fate. They were now prisoners, locked in a tome. The sorcerer laughed, knowing they'd never see home. And so the old house stood, a warning to all, of the sorcerer who captures children, answers no call. For the cellar of nightmares is a place we should fear, and the sorcerer who sends us there may always be near.
The Misty Boy. In autumn, when the leaves turn red and chill winds blow across the land, there is a lake in Minnesota where a strange sight can be seen. In the misty, cool mornings, far from the lake's shore, a young boy in a canoe is seen, waving his arms for help. His ghostly form is pale and thin, a vision that fills the heart with dread. For those who saw him on the lake, ere he may soon be dead, forever gone. His faint voice echoes through the fog, a plea for a day that chills the bone. But as soon as anyone gets close, mist engulfs him whole, the boy and his canoe gone. For every autumn morning when the fog blankets the lagoon, the boy soon returns to seek help, only to disappear once more by noon. So he drifts along the silent lake as if he seeks some hidden place. Without a trace, each time, vanished, every time he nears shore. Tales abound, a warning sign, and his spirit now haunts the wave, enslaved to a former fate, yearning for a rescue that never came. Lore reveals a ghostly child who drowned there many moons gone by, and now his woe haunts the lake forever, in search of a peace he cannot know.
The Oasis. Deep in the core of the desert lies a pond, hidden from sight. A trickster, a deceiver, a danger, a place of peril, dread, not respite. To lost travelers it seems an oasis, a haven from the searing heat. But the water that shimmers and glistens is a poisoned chalice they'll soon meet. For those who dare take a sip, slowly feel their sanity slip, and visions of monstrous creatures of prey begin to haunt their minds both night and day. Their minds become a tangled mess. The once lost traveler, now a pawn, haunted by the pond's malevolent distress. Caught in a web of madness gone wrong. The pond, a cursed and deadly thing, a trap for the unwary, my friend. Beware the hidden waters you seek, or suffer a fate that never ends. For the desert holds many secrets, and not all are meant to be known. The pond remains a dark reminder of the dangers of the unknown.
Two Hidden Lane. This palatial residence, winter is here. Once grand, now dilapidated its walls and roof, once pristine, now worn and faded. The manor, once a symbol of wealth, now of fear, never to be clear. Its hallways, secrets forever lost, and deep mysteries. The dilapidated old structure sits a bit hidden, a relic of a bygone era. A monument to the past. A place of mystery, of intrigue, of wonder, yes, wonder. No lights ever here, only from the moon, no beacon in the darkness, no signal in the night. Yet curiosity, exploration, discovery awaits. The call, the shelter in the storm, and those who go its asylum, are never seen again, not even a spark. Those who find refuge, then vanish, lost in the labyrinthine halls, the twisting staircases, the hidden rooms, the secret passages. No light shines, not on the rarest of nights, a warning to those who dare to come near the mansion in the snow. A retreat to tension, trepidation, darkness.
The car. It prowls the desert roads at night, a sleek and silent predator. Its windows dark as pitch, its engine purring low. It hunts for human prey, the cyclists and the hitchhikers who dare to cross its path. Unaware of the danger, it strikes with sudden force, a flash of metal and glass. It rams them off the road or runs them down in cold blood. It leaves behind a trail of death, twisted metal wreckage. But no one sees its face or hears its screeching tires. State police are on its tail, but it always slips away. It knows the desert well and every hiding place. It has no license plate or any trace of identity. It is a mystery and a menace, a phantom and a killer. Desert winds carry its haunting tune as the black sedan continues to roam, its looming presence a chilling reminder of the terror that has yet to be tamed. So beware, travelers of the desert. Keep your wits about and your guard up high, for the black sedan still roams free, and its next victim could be you or I.
Train of Terror. The train rushes through the darkened night. Its whistle echoes through the chill. The passengers aboard in fright, wondering why it won't stand still. No stations pass. No lights appear. The landscape outside barren bleak. A sense of dread they cannot clear. A fear they cannot even speak. The train races on through the misty night, its wheels drumming a steady tempo. Small towns it passes bathed in light, but the machine seems caught in limbo. The passengers grow uneasy and unsure as the train barrels through the dark. Their nerves start to rattle and stir. As the journey goes on, its purpose appears stark. They try to find the conductor, but he is nowhere to be found. Their pleas to stop the train grow louder, but the eerie silence holds them bound. No matter how hard they try, the train never seems to slow. They watch the towns and cities fly by as their minds start to overflow. Questions arise. What could be the reason? Why won't the train stop and stay? As the ride goes on with no conclusion, the passengers feel sharp dismay. They bang on doors and windows hard. They scream for help, for someone near. But their cries are met with disregard. Their fate now seems painfully clear. As the train hurtles through the dark and the passengers lose all hope, a voice breaks through the eerie hark, revealing the conductor's dark trope.
I am the master of this train, and your journey's end is nigh. You will never see the light again, for you are all mine to defy.
The eerie silence echoes loud as the train charges through the mist. The passengers' faces filled with shroud, wondering what fate could persist. They soon scream and cry in vain as the train speeds on and on. Trapped forever, their fate bane, their freedom forever gone. As the train pushes on without a break, the passengers' hearts now pound. What lies ahead, they can't seem to shake, their journey and destination unsound.
You see, I am the conductor of this train that hurtles through the night with speed. All stations passed, no relief to gain. Now, passengers trapped belong to me. My hand rests on the throttle firm. And I know this ride will have no end. Their fate now sealed, their hopes all infirm. Their destiny in my hands to bend, for I am the master of this train. And their journey is now in my keep, trapped forever, their lives in vain. Their souls now mine to reap as the train rushes towards the light. Their cries start to fade away, their destiny now set in the dead of night. And I control this train, come what may.
Children of the Dark Woods. There is a town in the valley, a small and quiet place, with houses made of stone and wood, and gardens full of flowers and herbs. The people in the town are kind, they work and trade and share. They celebrate the seasons and the holidays, and worship in the church. Nestled along twisting side roads, surrounded by dark and deep woods, where children play and laugh and sing, until they reach the age of 10. For beyond the town there lie these woods, a vast and gloomy realm, with trees that reach up to the sky, and shadows that hide unknown things. The woods are silent and still, but they are not empty or dead. They are alive with creatures and spirits and magic, and secrets that no one can tell. The children in the town are happy, they play and laugh and sing. They run around the fields and streets, and dream of adventures and wonders. But when they reach that age of 10, they must leave their homes and friends. They must go into the woods alone, to face a trial of courage and faith. They must find a hidden treasure, or a secret path to escape. To face a trial of courage and faith, or they will never come back again. But none of them ever return, they vanish without a trace or sound. The woods swallow them whole and never spit them out. They are lost forever in the wind. The adults in the town know this well,
but they do not mourn, cry, or grieve. They accept this as being normal, as the way things have always been. Faith may be the will of God or the curse of an ancient sin. Belief it is the price they pay for living in this blessed land. They do not question or rebel or fight. They do not try to save their kin. They only pray and hope and wait hopelessly for their children to return.
Hotel King. In the heart of New Hampshire's mountains so high lies a hotel so grand, towers that touch the sky. Its exterior pure white and bright red too, a sight to behold, yet it sends chills down your spine too. The halls at night, that once bustled with sound, grow silent and still, like a graveyard underground. The echoes of footsteps that once walked here are replaced by whispers and a ghostly fear. There are hidden rooms in this hotel, you see, rooms that only a few know and are kept secretly. But beware, dear guest, for King is skulking around, a mysterious apparition who makes nary a sound. King, they call him, and he roams the halls at night, a ghostly figure, a frightful sight. He scares the guests in the middle of their sleep, making them wonder if they're in too deep. The Mount Washington Hotel, with its grandeur and fame, hides secrets and horrors that none dare to name. So, if you're planning a stay, be warned and take care, for King might be lurking, and he'll give you a scare.
The Scarecrow. He sits on the porch, a ragged scarecrow, with straw for hair and buttons for eyes. He wears a hat and coat of old crow, and holds a sign that says "Boo" in surprise. He's there to greet the children who come by, to trick or treat on Halloween night. He makes them laugh or scream or cry, but never moves or speaks or fights. But when he sees a group of boys in masks who have no candy and no fun in mind, they come to him with sticks and stones and flasks and plan to tear him up and leave him blind. They hit him hard and rip his clothes apart. They pull his straw and scatter it around. They pour some gasoline and light a spark and watch him burn and fall to the ground. But then he rises from the ashes and the smoke. He grows in size and strength and rage. He chases the boys with increasing speed, a mad actor jumping off his stage. He chases them through the dark and silent streets, quick on a turn, furious not loud. He makes them trip and fall and bleed and weep. He makes them wish they'd never left their crowd. They reach a field where blackberry bushes grow. They see a chance to hide and catch their breath. They hide between vines and hope he won't follow. They pray to God to save them from their death. But then he comes and finds them in their nest. He tears the bushes with his mighty hands. He grabs them by the hair and clothes and chest, and drags them through the thorns again and again. He leaves them in the field to moan and cry. He has no pity and no remorse. He walks away and does not look goodbye, a vengeful power too coarse. He goes back to the porch where he belongs. He finds his hat and coat and sign. He puts them on and fixes what was wrong. He looks as if he's never been alive. He is the Scarecrow and the Nightmare too. He is the hunter and the haunting one. He comes to life to take revenge on you and make you pay for what you've done.